All right, if you are just tuning in today, we are following breaking news. This was a shooting at LVAC, a gym near Rainbow today. That's a look at it right there, actually. So what we know is that multiple people have been shot. We don't know any conditions at this point. We do know that the suspect is down and taken to UMC is what we're hearing. And of course, no motive at this point, but we heard from a witness who basically said he was inside the gym, heard what maybe sounded like somebody dropping weights, saw a person with a gun, maybe targeting one person and then possibly others. And that, as far as a motive, we just don't know yet what happened inside the gym.
Just incredibly hectic. This was first reported around 1:30. It was initially an active shooter situation, but we have confirmed that that is not the case right now over the past 2 hours. And like you mentioned, Jacqueline, you were able to confirm that that suspect has been taken to UMC, but we don't know the condition and also how many people were hurt in this situation.
Yeah, so what we know at this point is that there were multiple victims and multiple people shot, but we don't know their condition at this point. There is a presence outside UMC as we're trying to learn more. Now, again, this is the scene right here. This is the map, Rainbow Boulevard and Vegas Drive. You saw a little earlier our crews, Carla and Victoria, and they're pretty far back from the scene. And this is disrupting a major intersection as schools are getting off, as people are getting off of work, and this is certainly a very challenging situation for commuters right now as people are asked to stay away from the area.
Now, at this point, we just don't know how many people were hurt. We know that no officers were hurt, and we see this massive swarm of officers all over the place out there. And we're just waiting for information. We're hearing that there might be a news conference in just a couple minutes, so we're waiting for that. Again, here's a live look at the gym out there, massively taped off out there. Last we heard, SWAT was going around to clear the gym. We haven't heard an update on that yet, but again, we're just waiting for information from police, and we'll immediately, of course, pass it on to you. It looks like maybe they're talking right now. Let's listen in.
Good afternoon. I'm Under Sheriff Andrew Walsh. That's ANDREW WALSH, the Under Sheriff with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I want to provide everybody with just a brief overview of the dynamic incident that has unfolded behind me here at the Las Vegas Athletic Club this afternoon. Officers from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department were dispatched to a call for service. The details of that call indicated that there was a person armed with a weapon and shooting inside of the Las Vegas Athletic Club. Officers arrived. What I will tell you now is that there has been an officer-involved shooting. The suspect in this incident has been shot, and there is no longer a threat to the public. There have been additional victims who are being treated for injuries that they received, we believe at this time, at the hands of the suspect and the gunfire that took place inside of the facility, and we do have one person deceased inside of the gym. We will follow our normal protocols where you will receive a briefing from the homicide lieutenant on the aspects involved in the homicide investigation, and for the officer-involved shooting portion, you will receive a briefing, as we normally do, from the captain of our Office of Internal Oversight and Constitutional Policing. I don't want to take any questions. Those are the preliminary details. What I ask you all to make sure you push out is that we no longer have a threat to the public. The situation is stable, and now the investigation process will proceed, and information will be provided to the media through the normal course that we usually follow. Thank you.
All right, so some terrible news right there from the Undersheriff that one person is deceased inside of this gym. That's Undersheriff Andrew Walsh saying this happened inside the Las Vegas Athletic Club. A person was armed, there was a shooting, the suspect was shot, and he really wanted to make it clear that there is no longer a threat to people at this point. But again, one person is deceased inside the gym.
And again, mentioning that there is no threat to the public. This was initially reported around 1:30, about 2 hours ago. And like you mentioned, for a shooting inside the LVAC, when officers arrived, the shooter is down and obviously no threat to the public, but sadly one person has died and several people are injured. We're still trying to get more details on the severity of those injuries.
As Under Sheriff Walsh just said, there are additional victims being treated. We don't know their condition at this point, but one person is dead inside the gym. We do know that the shooter was transported to UMC. We don't know the condition of the shooter at this point, but an officer did take down that shooter. inside the gym, and it is an officer-involved shooting. Now we have Carla Salinas on standby at the scene. Carla, what can you tell us? You've been speaking with witnesses there.
Yeah, that's right. We're not able to get any closer, but people have been walking through here, and that's where I actually found Jorge Gamboa. Now, Jorge, you were actually inside the gym when everything went down.
Yeah, I was there working out, and that was really, really scary, and I can't even believe it. I went through this because it was really crazy. So you had to run, pretty much you had to run for your life. You don't even know what to do. I would just run and went to the exit door, and when I was walking out, the shooting guy, he was running from the other door for the main entrance, and little bit later he tried to go back inside to the gym, and that's when the police came and shooting him dead to the floor. And I also saw that, and it was just crazy and traumatizing, and I'm just all freaked out still, but just try to get home now. I'm just gonna walk to the gas station, take Uber home, because I cannot take my truck right now.
Did you see anybody get injured?
I don't, and I saw a friend walking out. He says he was there close to it, and he had a big cut in here, but I think because when the guy was shooting, something which hit him in here. I don't know what it was, but he was bleeding, and I know him from the gym, and I saw that, and I was just like, he asked me if it was deep or whatever, and I look at it, and it was like ripping, so it was kind of like, big cut.
When you saw the shooter and you heard those gunshots, did the moment register? Did you know immediately that this was a shooting?
I didn't know it was a shooting. I thought someone dropped a weight or something, like when people drop weights in the gym. And I heard the first one because I think he would start shooting in the beginning with everybody do the check-in. And then, but I would just keep doing my workout till like 3 minutes later, it was like crazy. He went crazy, but I don't see him personally. I don't saw that. I just hear that, and that's when I just run. But after that, when he was running out and he was trying to run back in, that's when I saw him and the police shooting him to the floor.
At that moment, what did you feel when you saw him on the ground?
I thought it wasn't him because he looked like a normal person, skinny guy, whatever. Everybody was saying it was that guy, but it was crazy and scary.
I'm so sorry that you had to go through that.
No, thanks.
We're with you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Of course.
Okay,
Thank you.
we're still learning, more information, and we were just able to hear from police, and as we learn more information and we hear from more people out here, we'll let you guys know. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys.
So at this point, we don't have, of course, a timeline of when officers arrived, but from what we're hearing, I mean, it sounds like police were there rather quickly enough to take down that suspect. You kind of wonder if it would have been worse had police not got there when they did, but it sounds like, there was the shooting, they reported it, police were there, they took the suspect down, and that was the end of the threat. That's what it sounds like.
Carla, can you describe to us the scene you see behind you? You can see there's a long stretch of street where you're standing shut down.
Yeah, the scene right now, we're not able to get any closer, but we have one Metro officer keeping us, right over here on this side of the road. And then farther down, we can see, some fire crews. We've seen a lot of Metro units coming up and down this street. People have been walking out. It seems like, they're being cleared and then they're able to walk down this way. But this is the scene right now. Just a lot of police, a lot of, first responders. Too many to count, to be honest with you. They're a little bit far up ahead, but as we see more people walking down this way, we'll ask them some more questions.
And Carla, I have another question for you. So you see a lot of homes in the area. How is that impacting residents who are trying to get home, trying to get into the area?
Yeah, that's a good question. Right now, we're not able to see any homes right now, but we do see, a famous Dave's over here on our left side. And, people have stopped periodically to come and take pictures and, see what's going on. Right over here on our right side, we see an Outback Steakhouse as well. And that's where we saw a couple of other people also stopping and taking pictures. But right now, things have seemed to calm down quite a bit. But, you know, we see another police officer here just driving through here, heading straight to the scene. But I did hear someone say, you know, hug your loved ones closer tonight as they were leaving the scene.
You know, the police didn't elaborate. They didn't take any questions. Now they're saying that one person is dead inside the gym. We heard the suspect was taken down, but it's our understanding, Jacqueline, I think you were getting information that the suspect went to UMC, so this may not be the suspect who's deceased in the facility.
Yeah, and so we don't know at this point how many victims there are. All we know from...
I cannot hear a single thing.
All we know from Under Sheriff Walsh is that additional victims are being treated. There is one person dead inside the gym, and according to a high-up source in Metro, as you can see right there, there is a Metro Police presence surrounding UMC. The suspect has been taken to the UMC, but we don't know their condition at this point. And we want to send it out to Kim Passoff, who is live at the scene right there. Kim, what are you seeing? What can you tell us?
Yeah, we are live at the corner of Rainbow and Vegas Drive right now, and I'm here with Rob Cohen, who was in the gym as this happened. Rob, walk me through what happened, what you saw.
So I was in an area where the heavy weights are in the squat racks, and I had headphones on, noise canceling, and I heard thud, thud, thud. But really what I saw was people reacting and backing into corners all of a sudden. So I've had scenario training for some of these things. So I simply yelled active shooter and got everybody to sort of stop for a second. I peeked around the corner and I just yelled out to everybody, "Where's the exit? Does anybody see the exit?" The girl said, "It's across the gym, caddy corner from us." And I said, "Okay, fine. I'm going to stand here and watch that. I'm going to call it and then just have people run to the exit." So probably 15, 20 people. And I stood by the exit and held the door for everybody to get out. Now, I didn't see the shooter, but it was very clearly a loud automatic weapon because the shots came very fast in a sequence. And so that was it. We never, as far as I know, nobody I even talked to ever saw the shooter or even saw what was happening, I guess, in the lobby. But that's pretty much how it happened for us. So we all came out on the back side, and more than anything, I kind of stopped people who were going, "Oh my God, my girlfriend's in there. I need to get back in there." I was like, "No, you don't. That's not how this is going to work, for you."
How many shots do you think were fired?
I would, it's purely a guess, Kim, but I'd say 15, 20 maybe, because there were maybe, in my head, I've got sort of 3 series of shots. But again, I believe it was an automatic weapon. It was certainly an AR-15 style carbine. And again, it happened very fast, but I have it in my head as sort of 3 different sequences. Bam, 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 bam. And then,
I know obviously your priority was getting out, but did you have a chance to look back and see if you could see if people were shot? Did you?
No, I didn't. I did not see anything. There was a time, again, we're on a side entrance, and what I did was I walked back through a long corridor, 2 doors, and just very quickly peeked through the door just to make sure there was nobody there on the ground or somebody hiding behind a piece of equipment to be able to shout and go, "This way, here's the exit, it's clear to here." So no, I did not see anybody else.
Did you see the gun? You said it sounded somewhat automatic.
But I'm fairly familiar with firearms, and I just simply say I'm pretty confident that it was an AR-15 style.
And right now, you can't go anywhere because your keys, your car, everything is within the police barrier.
Well, I've been borrowing phones and texting my wife, and hopefully she'll come down and pick me up here at the Chevron station. But virtually there's probably 50, 100 people over here. Same story. Everybody left their stuff in the gym and ran. And so, phone, car keys, it's all there.
Was the gym busy when this happened?
Pretty busy. It wasn't uber crowded, but this is a fairly busy time of the day. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. We are so glad that you are okay. I mean, this has to be the last thing that you expected to happen going to the gym.
Well, yeah, it would probably be the last thing on my mind, but I've been through a couple of disasters and stuff, so anyway, it's all good.
It sounds
sorry for the victims.
Yeah, it sounds like multiple people shot. So even if there was an intended victim, there's probably other people that were caught up in the gunfire here that were just going to the gym.
Yeah, I can only tell anecdotal stories of second and third hand, but somebody said the gunman pointed the gun at the receptionist and literally said, "Move or you're going to get shot." Totally anecdotal. This is a second. This is not first person account. and that he was apparently looking for the manager, and there must have been some beef from some other prior episode.
Rob, we are, again, so glad that you're okay. We're going to continue to follow this, again, live here on Fox 5 with us. Thank you so much. We want to also show you the scene right now. Behind me, to get to the gym, everything is blocked up all the way down to Vegas Drive and Rainbow. There's a huge police presence here, as we've been reporting. This is just off the 95, and you can see this as you're driving by on the 95. Absolutely massive presence. Again, that shooter is, we believe, at the hospital at this hour, but we do know at least one person is dead here. Police continue to go through the building right now, and we will bring you updates as we do continue to get them. Again, there's also, Matt, if we can turn this way, a large crowd here, people waiting to get answers about their loved ones. So we're going to try to talk to some of those people and bring you more updates as we continue to get them. For now, reporting live, Kim Passoff, Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
Yeah, and again, so if you're just tuning in right now, you're just flipping on the TV, so we know that, again, multiple people have been shot and one person is deceased, according to the undersheriff inside the gym. The suspect is down. There is no threat to the public at this point. That's the very latest information that we have.
And we heard from the man who Kim was interviewing. There's still no word as to what the motive could be from police. Again, they said this was not an active shooter situation, but we don't know the motive. And there are a number of people, multiple victims, according to police, who have been shot. We still don't know their condition. We don't know how many victims at this point. We do know one person is deceased inside. The suspect, according to another interview, looked like a normal person, a normal guy going to the gym on a Friday afternoon. And at this point, what we're working to learn from police is what exactly the motive was. Some of the witnesses said they saw the man holding a large gun. We can't confirm at this point. Police have not confirmed what type of weapon he was wielding. We can't confirm how many shots he might have fired. We do know police were the ones who took him down. And so we know that police fired at him and they took the suspect down and they took down the threat. But we don't know how many shots were fired at this point or how many officers did fire.
All right, and we'll be right back with continuing coverage.
Well, Joe, I'm with Lansing Santana, who was also in the gym when this happened, and I want you to walk me through what happened. What were you doing? Where were you in the gym, and what did you hear happen?
Well, I was downstairs by the racquetball area. That's an area downstairs, and then you have the racquetball room, and then the door is immediately that way. So we were on the last machine by that area, and immediately I heard pow, pow. It sounded like war. And so instead of looking to see what was happening, I just immediately beeline for that door. I looked around at my girl. She was ducked down by the machine. I said, let's go. And she started running. So we left everything behind that we had. And I didn't know if I was hit or not because it sounded like it was right next to us. And so we made a beeline for the door and ran out, and we just kept running. And then we saw everyone else come out. And then they said that a manager got hit or something, but, we didn't see any of that. So
we were told that multiple people were shot. At least one person has lost their life here. The shooter, we believe, was taken to the hospital, but obviously the threat has been neutralized at this point. But talk to me about coming here. I mean, obviously you come here a lot. Had you noticed any problems here at the gym?
I haven't noticed any problems, but I always look around wherever I go just to make sure, because you never know where this is going to happen. So my thing is always to stay aware of everything. Even when I'm in the bathroom, I just look around. That's just my thing. But they was just saying, like I said, that happened earlier, a couple of days ago. Then he came back. I think they said he had on a suit. I can't verify any of that, but I did see his boots on the ground. I saw him come out with the gun, and he hopped around as if he was trying to shoot again, and that's when LVAPD was right here and neutralized him right there.
Okay. Yeah. We had heard some reports about his gun jamming. Was the shots that you heard in succession, or did you hear?
It was in succession. I heard at least 4 or 5, and that's when we just took off. And so that's probably the point where it jammed. Probably reloaded, or I'm not sure how he got it out. But I heard he chased the manager.
Wow. How quickly were you able to get out?
Oh, faster than I could just blink.
Is that the fastest you've run?
No, but that was fast.
Wow.
And I kind of zigzagged a little bit because I know to do that if there's a shooting or whatever. So
And again, we've heard that multiple people were shot here. We don't know their conditions right now, but to know that there are people just like you that were working out, going about there every day and got caught up in all of this. Talk to me about that.
Even shrapnel. I heard people got hit with shrapnel, in the jaw. I saw one guy they were taking care of out there got hit in the jaw. It's unfortunate because I hate to say I'm glad it's not me, because that means someone else, and I feel sorry for the people who got hit or was in that situation. Wish I could have done something or saw the person, but the first instinct is to get out, because I didn't know if I was hit myself. Because you never know.
Talk to me about what's going through your mind when you're questioning if you were shot.
Oh my God, it's just the energy seems to come out of you. Because as soon as I stepped out of the door, I felt exhausted, and I was like, "Am I hit?" And so I just started kind of feeling around, and but I realized I wasn't, and made sure she was okay. She broke down a little bit. It was another guy out there that broke down too. I had to hug him because he started crying and breaking down and everything too. So it was something that I never thought. You see it on TV, then when you're in it, you have these thoughts of being a hero, not when you really hear that gunfire and.
And when you did get out, did you see anybody who was, obviously trauma everybody's going through, but did you see anybody who was physically injured?
Yeah, it was a couple of guys. They took them off to the left, older gentleman, I think. And so I think he's the one that got hit in the jaw. I'm not sure where the other injuries were on the other guy, but they brought out the stretchers. And that's when they told us to get back. And when we got back, they were standing in that jaded position, and as soon as he came out with the gun, he hopped around with the gun, and then that's when they let off the shots and took him down.
It sounds like Metro got here extremely quickly to neutralize the threat. Talk to me about the police work here.
Thank God they did that, because honestly that was fast. They had the helicopters in the sky, because just imagine when he came out, the other people that he could have started shooting in the parking lot. So they were ready when he came out that door, which was great. And then he had the perimeters sealed off, which I saw, which is great. So yeah, they did a great job with that. So.
And talk to me about how you're doing right now. I mean, this must be so much to process.
I'm great, and that's not to say someone else shouldn't feel that way. I'm Aries, and I'm just kind of can deal with a lot.
Do you think it maybe hasn't quite hit you yet?
Maybe, but I've been through certain things where I don't panic, and I think that's good for other people around me. I was going to be an FBI at one point in my life, and so maybe that's part of my makeup of who I am. But
so you've had some training to keep you calm.
Yeah, and I do the martial arts and all of that stuff. So, but it's not the same thing about anyone else. I'm here to support others when they need that strength and whatever they need to get through. So.
And just talk to me about how you're feeling for those people who were injured here.
I feel bad, because life is so unpredictable, and there's people who love people, and imagine getting that call that this person is no longer with us today or got injured. And, what if you were in an argument and now all of that is so minute that you did that whenever, and so now this person's hurt. So the first thing you're thinking about is, I love you. I'm sorry. Let's be better at what we can do in life and be better as people.
I'm so glad that you were okay. Is your girlfriend?
She's perfect too. She cried a little bit, but I had to hug her, and
physically okay as well.
Physically okay as well too. So.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us live here on Fox 5. We appreciate it. And Matt, I'm going to have you once again pan over to the gym to show what's going on right here. You can see that Metro is bringing in extra cars, taking some cars out. This scene is going to be closed for hours, clearly, as they go through the gym and figure out exactly what it is that happened here. We will stay live on the scene. We'll continue to bring you live reports as we do get more information. But for now, reporting live, Kim Passoff, Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
Kim, I have a quick question for you. So that gentleman is standing out right there. There's a lot of people in gym clothes, a lot of people standing around on the side. Tell me who is out there. They don't have their keys. They don't have their cell phone. They're waiting for their stuff to be able to get back in. And there's other people looking for their loved ones as well.
Yeah, Matt, my photographer, may have you walk with me. We can see that there is a good media presence here as well, but there are a lot of people standing here on the side of the road. There are restaurants, there are businesses in this area. There are family members waiting for answers. The people who were in the gym, they are standing around here. They cannot leave. They can't get their cars. Their keys are inside. The cars are behind this police tape, so they're going to be here for a while, unfortunately, caught up in this situation unless they have friends or family or somebody come and get them for now. But yeah, this is a developing situation. Again, as I just mentioned, this scene is going to be closed down for hours, probably most of the night. So it's going to take a while before they can get access to their things. And unfortunately, right now, they're just kind of stuck waiting for Metro to go through this scene.
And Kim, okay, I guess we're going to go to Victoria Saha. She has been on the scene as well this afternoon. So Victoria, where are you and what do you know right now?
We are on North Rainbow. It is still closed off, but actually we've been seeing some people who are inside the gym walking out. We were able to see the man that Carla was referencing to an hour ago. His brother was here waiting to get word from his brother who was inside. We were able to see that emotional embrace from both of them. It was really hard to not watch, and we were able to speak to him, and I think we have a little bit of his interview right now. Here, let's listen to it. So what was the scene like inside?
Just a lot of people running around, not really, this is like pandemonium, you know, just everyone everywhere. So once I saw that, I dipped out the back through the locker room.
What did you see that made you process what exactly was happening right now?
People running out and the shots I heard through my earbuds.
And everyone was just running out?
Oh yeah, no, everyone was running out, and then I locker roomed it. Some people were on the floor just laying down, you know, how you're supposed to under that procedure, or not, I don't know.
Again, people are walking out of the gym. Some just don't want to talk. And can we blame them? No, they just processed. They just witnessed something really horrendous. They're still processing it. They just told us exactly a little bit of what was going on inside. We let them go. We are going to be here trying to get you more information, and I'll send you guys back into the studio.
And we just got some new video into our newsroom. This is a witness of police taking down a person outside the scene of the shooting. We want to take a look right now. Wow, that is incredible vantage point right there, and incredible that this was caught on video. So what we do know, you could hear the gunshots ring out. You could see what we were told by witnesses is that the suspect had gone into the gym and that he was taken down outside. And you see police right there, several people outside taking the suspect down. According to witnesses, he looked like a regular guy going to the gym. He was transported to UMC. We don't know his condition at this point.
Yeah, and it looked like an officer picked up something on the ground, a rifle. It looked like kind of just caught it really quick. This is the first time we're seeing this, by the way. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. These businesses have been blocked off for, a couple of hours now. And I actually did speak to someone here at Famous Dave's. Employees came out and they kind of told us that they saw people running, and they actually let people inside and locked those doors to wait. And so people have been leaving, the scene by foot, because some people have left their keys inside, all of their things inside. And so people have just been walking by, but some did run into nearby businesses. Now, employees tell me that, they have been diverting online orders and canceling those orders to other locations, and people have had tears in their eyes. And I did speak with someone who actually was in the bathroom and hid and went ahead and put her feet up so that the shooter wouldn't see them if they came in.
It was so scary. Even I didn't see something like that in the movies. It was so scary. So
when you heard the pop, did you immediately know it's?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. absolutely, because it was really, really close to a woman's room, you know. So, and then like 15 minutes he's standing on the toilet, in a toilet at the top of the toilet, and then we just left, you know. I said to them, ladies, let's go, you know. Let's go. My legs is tired, but we have to go.